Thank you, Demir, for getting us started. Okay, that's an important one to remember.
I know that.
You know that? Good.
Because I always do that.
Two negatives, you get a positive.
Good. When you have two negatives, you get a positive. But when you're multiplying them, they don't have to be next to each other. So, for example, when you're multiplying, don't take this down, but if you say multiply minus 3 times minus 2, they're not next to each other, and it's a positive 6. But when you're adding and subtracting, for our negative rules to work, signs need to be essentially touching.
Can you explain that again?
So, okay, you see up above on this one here,
Yeah.
how we have a minus 2 and a minus 3?
Yeah.
Okay, now minus 2 and minus 3 doesn't mean we're adding them. Alright, if it was written like this, minus 2 minus minus 3, those two would become a plus. You get a little face.
Next to each other, so
Yeah.
it can't be like,
So it can't be minus 3 plus minus 2. You can't say, oh look, there's two minuses, so it must be a plus. They have to be next to each other.
Well, what if it's like minus 3 plus 2?
Okay, good. Okay, minus 3 plus 2. What is minus 3 plus 2?
Minus
30? No, careful. Because
1.
minus 1.
Wait, are we allowed to use the calculator?
Yes, you're allowed to use your calculator in the exam.
Well,
So that's why I want to go through this quickly, because you can use your calculator to help you. However, there are some that will make you show your steps for working out. Alright?
Will it say?
It'll say show your working if it wants you to show working.
And what if you don't?
Wait, what's the top right hand?
yeah, why don't you explain
Top
that?
right one.
Alright, top right. Minus 2 plus 6 is? Good. 4 minus 3 is?
One.
One.
Negative
One.
Negative
No, wait, what?
Just 1. 4 minus 3. Just 1.
Wait, so what was that? Top of one?
Should I just follow the logic?
Because
Because I already took these notes down, haven't I?
Like times in the bracket.
No, because it would be timesing if it was just sitting next to each other, but because that sign there's a sign that already tells us it's not a times, it's a minus. So this is one of those cases where you have a minus minus, so that really reads as 6 plus 3. Yes.
Can I just follow the logic because I already took notes about these?
Okay. Part of the idea of today was to get all the notes for an entire term on one page, so when you go home and study term tonight, you'll have just one page of notes to work off.
Oh.
Make some sense?
I write these.
Why is it brackets?
Just to show it's separate, basically. You're right, brackets aren't really needed there. If we just wrote 6 minus minus 3, it would mean exactly the same thing.
I thought you have to cross out the C, the two minuses there.
Yeah, make them into a plus.
Yeah.
So I guess our next step of working would be 6 plus 3 equals 9. Yeah. Alright, what about multiplications? Negative 14 times 2, Demir.
Negative 29.
Good, how do you know it's a negative?
Because minus.
Good.
Negative.
What if we had minus 14 times... Why is my pen not working? Times minus 2.
28.
Yes, because we've got two negatives, and a negative times a negative is a positive. And note the signs don't have to be next to each other for multiplication and division.
Oh, so it only that rule where there's only two negatives, that only happens with divide.
Yes.
And
Yeah, so where they're next to each other, and you get a little face, that works with addition and subtraction. But heading down with multiplication, the signs don't have to be right next to each other.
But where did the other minus come from?
Oh,
It's
shit,
not
he just made
minus
that
next
up.
to
He just made that up.
I made it. Oh, here, sorry. They're two different questions. That's different to that.
two. Oh.
Sorry, I should be clearer. But well spotted, yeah. I'll just show you the difference that an extra negative can make. Now, here's one that everybody gets confused about. What is the difference between those two?
Oh,
Got it?
Is he going to even number it turns to positive because no.
Yes, when you're talking about the powers, yes, providing the negative is in brackets. So the way this reads, because the minus isn't in brackets, this reads like minus 7 times 7, where that is the 7 squared. That's really math. So 7 squared we know is 7
Times 7.
7 times 7, yeah. And minus 7 squared is then just minus 7 times 7.
What over here?
I'm doing this question down here.
Oh, let's get the brackets one.
Where'd you get the minus from?
Because
Oh,
there's a minus
no, don't worry.
Is the minus there, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, so when it's minus, and then without the brackets, 7 squared, think of that as you were saying it, minus 7 squared. It's just the negative of 7 squared. And since 7 squared is 49, the negative of 7 squared is negative 49. Alright. This one up here reads as minus 7 all squared. Like the whole thing is squared. So yeah, the way you're thinking about it as minus 7 times minus 7 is correct. So minus 7.
It doesn't have brackets, then it's only one of the sevens that is a
I'm
negative.
sorry.
Yes.
I enjoy it too.
Why not?
Go away. I'll make you go away. Yep, you're stuck with my calendar. I'm sure we'll live with that. Now, when we have the brackets, it is the minus 7 times the minus 7. Yeah? Whereas without brackets, really, you're right, only one of them has a negative. Good news is, if you put that into a calculator exactly with or without brackets, your calculator will do the same thing. Alright,
Wait, what do you mean your calculator will do the same thing?
as in your calculator will give you the answer.
Even though you don't put any bracket?
No. So if the question asks for this,
Yeah.
and you put that in your calculator, you get that. If the question asks for this, and you put that in your calculator, you get that.
Oh.
Okay? Good. However, I'm showing you this because the question might ask you to show working, which means you need to show you know what's happening, not that you're just throwing in the calculator.
Oh, with the test, by the way, you said there was only a little bit of word questions, and that was mainly the test word questions.
You turn that around, it's like, man.
On with the exam. Yes, Demir.
132.
Good. Why 132? Why not negative 132? Both negatives. Good. 2 negatives just gives you 132. Alright. What about when there's a minus out the front? So when it's minus 80 on 5. Is your answer going to be positive or negative? Negative. Good one.
Negative, because there's 2 negatives.
No, there isn't.
There's just
Only
one negative. Here, there's only one. That's the only negative.
Wait, what about a negative plus a positive? Does that equal a negative?
Depends. When you're plussing, it's different. A negative times a positive is a negative. Tiffany.
Which one's the negative? 80?
Doesn't matter.
Good one. It doesn't matter. Normally, by convention, we put the negative to the top. So you can think about it as minus 80 divided by 5. And Demir?
Negative 16.
Wait, what?
Oh, I just had an answer.
Oh, right. Negative 16. Good.
Wait, how did you know?
80 divided by 5.
80 divided by 5.
Easy.
Yeah. And the minus is just...
And the negative comes with it, yeah. So you can think about it as minus 80 divided by 5. Alright. Similarly, bottom left. 42 divided by negative 6.
Minus 7.
Minus 7.
You can just roll this in your calculator, right?
You can, yes.
Yeah, I like this bit.
This is why I was getting good grades and stuff.
Yeah.
No, you'll be fine. Alright, what about this one then, Tiffany? If you're liking it so much. What's the first step there?
Negative 3 add 4.
No.
Why not?
Oh no, the
4
time.
times 6.
It's the time because it's the blood mass law.
Good, BODMAS. 4 times 6 is first. So our next line here would be
Yeah.
minus 3 plus 4 times 6 is 24. And lots of people would have just said, oh yeah, the minus 3 and the 4's at the front, let's do that.
But I don't
If
think
you put it in the calculator, it will do that for you.
I thought it
Yes.
didn't matter what order you did them, like the multiplication.
It doesn't as long as they're all being multiplied.
Does
But
it equal
here,
21?
yes, they'll equal 21, but here they're not all being multiplied.
Oh,
That's a
equals
plus.
21, I got it right.
Yeah, the calculator will get it right, but I need to know you guys know how to do it in
Minus
steps.
21 or 21?
Positive 21, because it's just 24 plus minus 3.
Okay, this bit of the same is easy.
No, it's not. It's very easy to make careless errors here. 'Cause then it gets more difficult.
Let's show you working out when it says show working out. Will we like get that wrong? Or will we
Alright,
just
so
do it
good question. For example, take this one. It might be out of 3 marks. If you successfully put that in your calculator and just jump to the answer down here, you'll get one of them. One of the 3. You'll sort of fail the question. You'll still get one of the marks and it's worth doing, but you need to show all the working to get all the marks. Okay?
So if we didn't know how to do it, we'll just write it in calculator and hope to get 1 mark anyway.
Basically, yeah. And the other tactic is, if you do it by hand, you can check using your calculator. Demir, what's our first step?
The square.
The squared. Good.
Wait, what if we do the working out but the answer's wrong?
Then you've done something wrong with the working out.
Would we get 1 mark?
Yeah, you can still get marks if you make some errors in the working out.
Alright.
So first we do the 25 squared. So it becomes minus 4.
Square.
Sorry, I was jumping to the
Minus 4
answer.
plus 25.
Thank you,
times
Chloe.
3.
It's not 25.
Oh, yes it is.
Yes.
5 times 5.
5 times 5 is 25. 5 squared.
Wait, does that mean like if you watch this again you get the answer?
Yes.
Oh, you're...
Are you recording? Why do you keep doing that?
Because some people are away today and I want them to be able to see this as well. Alright, now which is next?
Times.
The times, good. So brackets first, then exponents, we just did the exponents bit, and then multiplication division. 25 times 3 is 75. Leaves us with minus 4 plus 75 equals 71. Now your marks would come from 1, 2, 3. You notice how that is only 1 mark.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So,
1, 2, 3 marks, yes.
If it has like 4 points, there has to be at least 4 steps.
That's a good rule of thumb. You might be able to do 2 steps in one, and you'll still get the marks for it, but good rule of thumb is a mark per line. Do you know what I mean by rule of thumb?
Yeah.
Good.
No.
Okay, rule of thumb is, it's not written in stone, it's not a law, it's just sort of like a guideline we follow.
Okay.
It's sort of like saying, rule of thumb is we eat the ice cream after dinner. There's no law saying you don't have ice cream before dinner or during dinner or for dinner. But generally, you have ice cream after dinner, yeah?
There is a lot in my house.
To me, yes.
Brackets.
Good, brackets first. So what do we do with the brackets? Good, add. So inside the brackets, we do what's inside the brackets first. 3 plus 4 is 7.
Hold on, slow down.
Isn't it? Oh, yeah. Do we have to keep the 7 bracket?
No, you don't. I was just showing
Would that be
you what happened.
-7 times -7?
Where's the negative from?
And then you have to do 7 squared, don't you?
Yes, good. Exponents, thanks. Well done, Chloe. So 7 squared is 49.
Times 5
Good.
times 3.
All right.
You have to do 49 times 5.
49 times 5 is...
245.
Thank you.
So this would also be a 3.
Minus 3.
245 minus 3.
242. 242.
Hmm?
Are we going to have 2 exams for maths?
You'll have one at the end of the year, yes. All right, moving on now.
Isn't the one at the end of the year just that semester? or the entire
Yeah,
year?
that semester. But you'll still need this stuff. Write in index form. You like this? All right, we'll give us the answer, Erin.
I know that.
'Shh.
3 to the power of 5.
Well done. All right.
Wait, just slow down.
It's all right. Going the other way, how do we write in expanded form? Yep.
3 times 2 times 2 times 5.
So what do I write exactly? You said 3 times 2 times 2?
No, 2 times.
Good, sorry. 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. And notice how there are 4 of them for the 4 up there and 3 of them for the 3 there. Okay?
Wait.
That's easy.
Yes, so we'll make it harder. Simplify the following. I don't know why it's gone fuzzy, I apologise. There we go, better. Who remembers index laws? 7 to the power of 2 times 7 to the power of 4.
Can't you add the powers together?
You can add the powers together, well done. You have to add the powers. Equals 7 to the 2 plus 4 equals 7 to the 6.
Is that the answer?
That's the answer. That's as simple as you can make it.
So you don't have to like...
You don't have to work out the actual number, no. It'll just be simpler. Simplify. If it says simplify and evaluate, then you need to find the number.
Because it's not always...
Oh, evaluate means
based
get
on
less.
this.
Yes, well done. Alright, now looking at the one on the right. Yeah, have we go?
You add the 3 and then 3 the powers together and a 5. And
Good.
just
So as Bodhi was saying, multiplication order doesn't matter. So we add the powers of the 3 together. 3 and to the power of 5 plus 2 What about the 5s? Yeah, David?
5 plus 1 is
7
if it's
plus
not there.
Well done.
7 plus 1.
Because that, if there's nothing there, it's really a 1.
So it's 5, 8.
Yep, so it'll be 3, 7 times 5, 8. Okay? Alright.
Come on, just slow down.
Do you want me to go up a little?
Yes, please.
Alright, I'll go up to there. And then the rest of you can start thinking about these ones here.
That's 1, 1.
2 times 9. Or is divided.
You take the experiments.
Good, you take. So when you multiply at the top, you do 7 to the 2 times 7 to the 4. You add it, and with timesing and dividing are opposite. So you can think about what's opposite to adding is subtract. So this would be 5 to the power of 6 take 2.
But it's dividing there.
Yes, it is. So remember how we showed this in our working originally? We would have shown this as,
Dividing is getting
5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 over 5 times 5.
Yeah.
And remember how we
Cancel.
cancel top and bottom?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what it's supposed to do?
Yeah, so and the answer would end up being whatever's left on top here, which is 5 to the 4.
Oh, so is that how we can get more marks if we show the work?
No, you wouldn't be expected to show that. That's just one way to think about it. The working would really be 5 to the power of 6 minus 2 equals 5 to the 4.
So with the dividing, once you take the power.
Yes, good. Dividing, you take the powers. Multiplying, you add the powers. Okay?
Wait.
So, multiplying, you add the powers. Dividing, take the powers, providing they have the same base.
When you add, do you times?
No, when you add, there's no rule for that.
So it's going to be like
Wait,
5 to the power of 4 over 1.
Yes, 5 to the power of 4 over 1. Well done. Which is just the same as 5 to the power of 4.
Yeah.
Next one. Alright, 7 to the power of 2 to the power of 5. How do you simplify it without actually giving us a number answer? Well done, you times them. 7 to the 2 times 5. 7 to the 10. And if you want a way of thinking about that, the way we talked about it was 7 to the 2 to the 5 is really 7 times 7, 5 times. 7 times 7. 7 times 7.
Oh.
7 times 7. 7 times 7. You don't have to write that down if you don't want. And that way you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we count the 7s. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the 10. No, I'm not very good at highlighting. Okay, so those are things that just take a little practice. And if you wanted to check in your calculator, here's a cool trick. What you do is in your calculator, you put that in. Alright, it'll come out with a big number. Alright, and now, let's say in the test, exam, you've simplified this to that. You can then put 7 to the power of 10 in your calculator, and hopefully it comes out with the same big number. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Then you have to do that.
What I'm saying is, if they ask you to simplify this, and you get to that, the way you can check your answer is put this in your calculator, and then put that in your calculator, and then if they come out to be the same number, then you simplified it correctly because you haven't changed anything.
Wait, so this is going to be half our exam.
Well, the first term is half the exam, yeah, and we're doing first term today, and we've got to keep going. Alright, Navid's good at remembering these. 3 to the power, 3 to the power of 0.
1.
Yes, he's good.
Why did you ask me?
Because I know some other people would know as well, but Navid's pretty good at remembering funny ones like that. You knew, good. Alright, what about on the right then? Jamia, what do we do?
Wait. Just 7 squared times up 1.
Good, so it would be 7 2 times 5 divided by 7 to the 10. Then-
7, 10.
Good. Huh?
That's 0.
Good, Bradley. It is 0. Not quite. You get 10. Take 10 because we're dividing.
Oh.
So that division is the subtraction, which you're right gives us 7 to the power of 0, which Bradley is
7 power.
not quite.
1.
1. Good.
Why did I get this in my calculator?
You must have put the wrong numbers in. Huh? Which bit? Alright, this bit there. 7 squared to the power of 5. You have to multiply them when it's one raised to another, because that's exactly the same as what we had up here. Yeah? And then it was just divided by 7 to the 10. And when you divide, you take the power.
Okay.
So we had 7 to the 10 minus, or divided by 7 to the 10. 10 minus 10 is 0, which is 1. Alright, I'm going to fly down here. Okay, fractions and decimals as percentages. Alright, if we have a mixed number, say 1 to the 3 over 5, how do we convert that to an improper?
5 times 1 and 3.
Well done. You multiply like that, and then add the 3. So it would be 5 times 1 plus 3, and that stays over 5.
Like what?
Right?
I haven't gotten the tile down.
Right. We have a topic in 10 minutes. Good news is if you miss bits, you can just watch these on YouTube.
What if you don't have
Yeah,
it?
we're going to watch this like 100
What's
times.
what on
So I can get it
YouTube?
right.
I might get 3 hits. Be good for this lesson.
But isn't it just
I'll
recording
share
our
it. I'll share it
Huh?
on
voices?
Facebook.
Isn't it just recording our voices?
Yes, and the screen.
I don't even know what his page is.
Oh, I thought we just recorded our
No, so everything inside this box here, it records.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure this is on.
So it can't see you.
Yeah,
Alright, another mixed number. Let's have 3 and 6 over 7. How do we get that as an improper?
Right, so are you going to put it from YouTube?
Yes.
So what if you get
Who cares when
sick?
it's
I don't think I will. Come on, keep going. Alright, so how do we get it? Yes, sorry.
3 times 7.
Good. 3 times 7 plus 6 all over 7. That's really messy. 3 times 7 is 21. Plus 6 is 27. Over 7 is 27 over 7.
Can you slow down, please? I didn't understand.
You can open the window if you want. Alright, so to get a mixed number to an improper, you do the whole number out the front, whether it's the 3 or the 1, multiply it by the denominator, the number on the bottom. So 3 times 7, 3 times 7, and then you add the top number, 6.
Oh.
Alright, adding and subtracting. Adding and subtracting fractions. I'll write one down for you.
Who won above this one? The
Not to
question.
my first. This, I'm like, I'm confident.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We've got 10 minutes to do a topic, so I'm going to go quickly.
So 10 minutes per one.
We have to find the lowest.
You good? Lowest common
When's our exam again?
multiple?
Yeah, that's
So wait,
Next on Monday.
how come we didn't do 3 steps for the first one, but we did 3 steps for the second? But
Because I guess I just jumped from that to that.
The gun.
I guess you can jump it. You don't have to show every step.
okay.
It's just I was showing the 21 plus 6 because they were harder numbers. Alright, so adding fractions.
Wait, Mr. Wiedenberg, you didn't show percentages.
Wait, look, we're getting there.
I know.
No,
I know
you
this
missed it
one.
up the top.
Up the top because you told the heading.
Decimals to percent. Percents of something. Increasing by percent. That was just the topic heading. If you give me a second, we will get to percents.
I know this one.
Good, Demir, how do we do this one?
For the bottom number, don't you have to find a number that they both go to?
Good, so what number do both 3 and 5 go into? 15. How do you get 3 to 15?
Times 5.
And so what you do at the bottom, you must do the top. How do you get 5 to 15?
Like, oh, okay.
Okay? And that will give us 5 times 2 is 10 over 15, plus 3 times 1 is 3 over 15.
Like,
Alright, so with these, you have to find a number that both 3 and 5 go into. That number we chose was 15, and then you ask yourself, alright, how do I get 3 to 15? I multiply it by 5. And then if I do something to the bottom of a fraction, you must do the same to the top.
Well, you want like a really good one.
Okay, so we'll go for a harder one, shall we?
like the
Scared the window's gonna fall out of the frame.
It won't fall out. Let's go 5 over 7 plus 2 over 9. What do both 7 and 9 go into? Not 72.
63.
63, thank you. One way to find it is simply multiply the two of them together.
Oh.
7 times 9 is 63. 7 times 9 is 63, and you have calculators, fortunately. That's our number we're aiming for. How do you get 7 to 63?
Times 9.
Good, times 9. How do you get 5 to 63?
Times 9.
Sorry, no, you know.
That's the denominator.
My bad. I meant you do the bottom what you do the top. Alright, how do you get 9 to 63? Times 7 times 7. Alright, so then we have 5 times 9 is 45 over 63. Plus 2 times 7 is 14 over 63. And now because we have the same denominator, we can add the tops.
Do we have to simplify it?
You should know how to, yes, but that you can't.
No, but even if it doesn't say to simplify it, do you still do it?
How would you say
Yeah, you meant to.
How would you
Get it
say
to that.
Except, you'd get it to that and then simplify it, but you can't simplify that one.
Yeah.
So, for example, how could you simplify 28 over 36?
You divide by 2.
So, well, both 4 and 2 work, but yeah, we can divide it by 2.
7 over 9.
Or Bodhi puts it straight in his calculator and get your answer out. Let's say divide by 4, divided by 4.
So you have to find the most common.
Yeah. If you did 2, you would end up with 14 over 18, and then you'd go 2 again. And it would be the same thing eventually. Alright, multiplying and dividing fractions. I know I'm going quickly, but I have to. Multiplying and dividing fractions is, if you have 1 over 3 times 5 over 7. Multiplying fractions is the most beautiful thing in the world. It is. What you do,
You do exactly what it says.
multiply the top and the bottom. So you have 1 times 5 is 5, 3 times 7 is 21.
Why?
It was quite nice, wasn't it? Navid? Good. So we don't like that, but fortunately we know how to deal with that. Good. 5 over 3. Well done, Mitchell. 5 over 3 times minus 2 over 5. Now what do we do? Alright, Tiffany, this one's yours. How do you simplify that?
Oh, you have to like, I don't know.
Highest common factor, Aaron. Alright, give us a common
You have
factor.
to divide it by 5.
Do you leave the top number as a minus?
Yes, top number has to say is minus, but you divide top and bottom by 5.
Okay, then if they're minus 2 and over 3.
Good. Well done.
Can you move that?
Yeah, that's we got 5 over 3 by doing that
Yeah.
to that. Are your heads hurting yet? Getting there? Good.
Wait, can you move over? I don't know.
Our next one is fractions to decimals.
In one page, yeah.
Come on, I missed a bit.
Go here, Karina. Alright, fractions to decimals, let's give us a fraction. If we did 7 over 12, how could we get that as a decimal? Yeah, you just do 7 divided by 12 in your calculator and it comes out to be something. Give me a calculator.
Don't we have tomorrow to do this thing?
Yeah, 0.58.
0.5.
Lovely. And if it goes on forever, we put a dash. Okay? Or a dot. Alright, if you want a dot, we can do a dot. Dots are good.
You taught us the dot.
I taught you dots, so I should stay with dots, shouldn't I? Alright? Decimals to percent. What's 0.32 as a percent? Yeah, back yourself, 32%. How'd you get it? Times by 100. So if I had 1.67 as a percent, 167%. Nice one. What if we had 3 over 7 to a percent? Good. 3 divided by 7 will get us a decimal. 3 divided by 7 is going to be 0. So it would be 3 divided by...
Times by 100 for the, 0.32.
Yes, you times by 100.
40. Oh, fractions to 42.857.
Good. 42.857, or we probably round it to 86%. All right. So when we're going from 0.32 to 32 by multiplying by 100. When we go from decimals to percent, we multiply by 100. All right.
Wait, that last bit. The 3 over 7.
About 5 minutes. I lied. About 2 minutes. We're going. Alright, how do you find the percent of something? So let's say we want to find 47% of $60.
60 divided by 47.
No. What are we... Unlucky. When we see of in maths, what does that often mean? Times. What do you do 47 of 60? Yes, good. You convert the percent to a decimal, so 0.47, we multiply it by 60. You guys remember more than I thought you would. It's good. 0.47 times 60. 28.2.
Wait, why did 0.47?
Because in order to multiply, we have to convert this to a decimal,
Divide by 100.
which we divide by 100. Divide by 100. I'm writing it now. There you go. Of is times. So of often means times. It's a rule of thumb.
You say that a lot.
I do. I think my mother said it a lot.
And what did you say? Of equals times.
Often, yes. Alright. Last thing,
What was the answer?
I think last thing.
28.2. I think we're on to the last thing. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We have timed that well, ladies and gentlemen. Increasing and decreasing something by percent. What if I want to increase $32 by 12%? Alright? Increasing by percent. Close. We do 32 times 1 plus 0.12. Alright? So this... Wait, don't go anywhere yet. You're not allowed to go. That will go to a decimal.
Can you go through this again tomorrow? Because I'm not.
Just keep going, just keep going.
Alright?
Where does the 1 come from?
That's what we do when we're increasing or decrease. So for example, if we're going to decrease $40 by 22%, it would be 40 times 1 minus 0.22. Okay? Now, tonight, I'd like you to look at Mixed Review A on page 138.
Wait,
Start doing it. You won't have time to do the whole thing. The rest of it I'll expect you to do on the weekend. Only mixed review A, please. No, you can't. I'm sorry.
But what? Why not?
We don't have them in year 8.
Let's get some glue. Wait, what was the Abby thing?